Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive into some smart investment strategies? We're going to be taking a look at some of entrepreneur and investor Dan Martell's top recommendations.
Ooh, yeah, I love his stuff.
He put out this YouTube video all about what he's looking at for 2025 and beyond. And what I really appreciate is how he emphasizes long-term success
Yeah,
instead of trying to predict the future with a crystal ball.
I think that's a good point.
It's much more about building a solid foundation.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about making those informed decisions that will set you up for long-term financial success.
Exactly. And his first recommendation is index funds.
Okay.
Now, I know index funds might not sound as exciting as, say, investing in a hot new tech startup,
Right.
but there's a reason why Martell considers them a cornerstone of a solid portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
He actually learned from his own mentor to put half of his earnings into what he calls a stability bucket.
I like that term.
And index funds are a key part of that.
The stability bucket, that's a good one.
Yeah. So for those who might not be familiar with index funds, think of them as baskets of stocks that track a specific market index like the S&P 500.
Mm-hmm.
So this means you're instantly diversified across hundreds of companies, which helps spread your risk.
Smart.
And unlike actively managed mutual funds, index funds have much lower fees, which can really add up over time.
Oh, yeah, those fees, they can really eat away at your returns,
Yeah.
especially over a long investment horizon.
Yeah. And speaking of long-term returns, remember that story about Warren Buffett?
Oh, yeah.
The Oracle of Omaha himself, he advises his own family to invest in index funds for steady, hassle-free growth.
It's like having the world's most successful investor giving you a personal endorsement, right?
Exactly.
Mm.
Now, Martell specifically mentioned Vanguard
Okay.
as a reputable provider of index funds.
Sure.
But of course, you should always do your own research
Absolutely.
and choose funds that align with your specific financial goals and risk tolerance.
Could not agree more. Due diligence is key in any investment decision.
All right, so moving on to Martell's second recommendation, real estate.
Yes, real estate.
He shared his personal journey, starting with buying a duplex at just 21 years old.
Wow.
And that played a huge role in his wealth-building journey.
Interesting.
And he highlighted a strategy called the BRRR method.
BRRR method. What is that?
Buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat.
Oh, that's
So this method focuses on creating a cycle of value.
right.
It's not just about owning property, it's about strategically leveraging it for maximum return.
Okay, I'm starting to get the picture.
So imagine this. You find a fixer-upper duplex, maybe one that needs some TLC.
Okay.
You buy it, you rehab it, increasing its value.
Gotcha.
Next, you rent it out, generating a steady cash flow.
Makes sense.
Now, with that increased value, you refinance, pulling out equity to use for heat. You guessed it, another property.
Oh, that's smart.
And repeat the whole process.
I like it.
It's a powerful strategy, and he even shared inspiring stories about his sales guy, Wendell, and his own brother,
Oh, cool.
who built significant wealth through real estate.
I love those kinds of stories.
Yeah, it really underscores the tangible nature of real estate.
Yeah.
You can see it, you can touch it, and it often appreciates over time, especially during periods of high inflation.
That's a great point. That tangibility can be very appealing to investors, especially in uncertain economic times. And that ability to hedge against inflation, that's a major advantage of real estate.
For sure. Now, his third recommendation might surprise you.
Oh.
It's collectibles.
Collectibles, really?
He suggested thinking about collectibles as a way to combine passion with potential profit.
Okay, now that one piqued my interest. So he's not talking about just buying any random Beanie Baby and hoping it becomes a collector's item, right?
Definitely not. He actually references his friend Mike Brown, who teaches a framework for investing in things like rare cars, watches, art, and even fine wine.
Okay, so there's a method to the madness.
Yeah. It's about understanding the market, focusing on items with real scarcity and historical significance, and recognizing their potential to appreciate in value over time.
So you're not just buying something you like. You're making an informed investment.
Exactly. Martell himself is a car enthusiast
Cool.
and is building his own supercar collection.
Nice.
He's drawing inspiration from well-known collectors like Steve Hamilton, Manny Koshbin, and Andy Frisella,
Oh, yeah, I've heard of them.
who've turned their passion for cars into valuable assets.
That's impressive. What's interesting here is the emphasis on mentorship and access. Martell stressed the importance of connecting with experienced collectors to gain insights and potentially access exclusive deals, which can be critical in this market.
I can see how having a mentor in this space would be invaluable, especially when you're dealing with high-value items. It's like having an insider's guide to navigating this world.
For sure.
All right, so we've covered index funds, real estate, and collectibles so far.
Yeah, this is great stuff.
But up next, we're going to be diving into his recommendations for intellectual property and investing in yourself.
Can't wait.
So stay tuned for part 2 of our deep dive into Dan Martell's investment insights.
Looking forward to it. It really is. And, you get to enjoy owning these incredible, often beautiful pieces while potentially seeing their value increase. It's a unique way to align your passions with your financial goals, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Now let's shift gears to Martell's 4th recommendation, intellectual property.
Okay.
This one's all about turning your knowledge and expertise into a tangible asset.
Interesting. So how does that work?
Well, think of it as packaging your skills and experience into a product or service that others find valuable.
Okay.
It could be anything from writing a book or creating an online course to offering coaching services or consulting in your area of expertise.
Ah, I see.
It's like taking everything you've learned and turning it into a source of income.
That makes sense.
He gave some examples of successful YouTubers
Oh, yeah.
like Justin Welsh, Ali Abdaal, and Dan Koh.
I've heard of them.
They've built substantial businesses by sharing their knowledge through online platforms.
That's pretty impressive.
It is, and it highlights the incredible power of online platforms for reaching a global audience
Right.
and scaling your reach.
Yeah, you can really leverage your intellectual property to generate significant income.
Exactly. But it's not just about putting your content out there.
Yeah.
It's about effectively translating your knowledge into a product or service
Right.
that meets a specific need
Mhm.
or solves a problem for your target audience.
You need to identify your niche, understand what your audience is struggling with, and then craft a solution that provides real value. That's the key to success in the intellectual property space.
For sure. Now, his final recommendation might be the most important one of all: investing in yourself.
Investing in yourself.
He believes this is the most valuable investment you can make, and I have to agree with him on that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
It's a fundamental principle of personal and professional growth. Okay?
exactly. By investing in your skills, knowledge, and personal development, you're essentially increasing your value in the marketplace.
It's like investing in your own future.
It is, and he actually revealed that he's personally invested over $1.5 million in his own development through books, seminars, and coaching.
That's a serious commitment.
Talk about putting your money where your mouth is.
That level of commitment speaks volumes about his belief in the transformative power of self-improvement. And, it's not just about acquiring knowledge for the sake of it. Martell makes a crucial distinction between just-in-case learning and just-in-time learning.
So instead of passively accumulating information just in case you might need it someday, the focus should be on acquiring knowledge and skills that have immediate practical application in your life or work right.
Precisely. It's about being strategic with your learning and targeting areas that will have the most significant impact on your personal and professional growth.
He also cautioned against getting caught up in chasing every new trend or shiny object that comes along.
Yeah, that's so important.
It's more about mastering those fundamental principles and building a solid foundation of knowledge that will serve you well over the long term.
Couldn't agree more. Especially in today's fast-paced world where it's easy to get distracted by the latest fads.
Yeah.
Focus on building a core set of skills and knowledge that are timeless and adaptable.
All right, so to recap what we've learned from Dan Martell today, you could consider these 5 key investment vehicles.
Okay, let's hear them.
Index funds for building a stable foundation, real estate for tangible assets, and cash flow collectibles for combining passion with profit, intellectual property for leveraging your knowledge, and investing in yourself for continuous growth and opportunity.
That's a pretty diverse range of options.
It is, and I think what's so valuable about Martell's approach is that he encourages you to find what resonates with you, what aligns with your interests and goals.
Yes, there's no one-size-fits-all solution.
Exactly. He reminds us that it's not about trying to predict the future or get rich quick,
Right.
but rather about making smart, informed decisions that will set you up for long-term financial success and fulfillment. Yeah, it really is about finding that sweet spot where your passions and smarts about money, come together.
Definitely. And, like he says, it's not about having a crystal ball and knowing exactly what the market's going to do.
Right.
It's more about not putting all your eggs in one basket, diversifying, spreading that risk around, and building a strong foundation over time.
So we covered a lot today.
We did.
Index funds, real estate, we even got into collectibles.
Oh, but cool.
And how to build your own intellectual property. But I think what really stood out to me was that idea of investing in yourself.
Oh, for sure. That one's huge.
Yeah.
It's the one investment that has really unlimited potential. you know,
Hmm.
and it's something that you have total control over.
Right.
Like you decide where you put your energy, what skills you want to build, what knowledge you want to get.
It's about taking charge, right?
Exactly. Taking charge of your growth, both personally and when it comes to money.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Dan Martell's investment insights, I want to leave you with this question. What is one skill or area of knowledge you could invest in today that would significantly boost your earning potential or open up new doors for you in the next year?
That's a really good question. It really makes you think about what you want to achieve, right?
Yeah.
What you're good at and where you see yourself growing. Maybe it's learning how to code or getting really good at marketing or finally taking that course on managing your money.
Whatever it is, remember that knowledge is only powerful when you actually use it.
So true.
So take action, invest in yourself, and watch what happens.
Yeah, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. The beauty of investing in yourself is that it benefits you in every aspect of your life.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into investment strategies for 2025 and beyond.
Hope you enjoyed it.
We hope you got some great ideas from Dan Martell and feel ready to take control of your financial future.
Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Enjoy the process. Stay curious, keep learning,
Eh.
and most importantly, happy investing, everyone.